What's up everybody, what's up YouTube? It's your boy 88 Racing and we are once again back with a ride. It's not a Sunday ride, it's a weekday ride, but nevertheless we're happy that we can start again. So I don't have my bike right now because I sold off my street triple to that guy over there, Mali boy. So right now we are in KTM 6 Mile and we have borrowed one of their bikes, which is the beautiful Adventure 390, Duke Adventure 390. And I think I might make up my mind and pick up one of those because I'm planning to do some touring and a little bit of off-roading right now. So this is the lineup for today. We got a Apache, we got a Royal Enfield, we got the Street Triple, a Duke 250, and this beautiful Adventure 390 given to us by KTM 6 Mile. So I'll just give you a brief intro, not exactly an intro, but I'll just show around what's going on. So there's a showroom. As you can see, very less number of people around right now, and workforce is just around 50%. So yeah, with that, let's just proceed with the ride. So this is my second time sitting on this bike, but you can say it's my first time riding it in the city. Let's take a spin in the city and see how it works. So most of this video I won't be able to talk because I don't have a microphone, but I'll be sure to put up some voice clips so that I can give you all the whole riding experience of this thing. So we're done with the fuel up right now and we're proceeding towards Gorchuk side, and then from there we'll just see where to go. That's the meter. We're using both the up and down shifter. The review of this entire thing will be given on the way via voiceover, because like I said, I don't have a microphone attached to it, and anyway it makes the helmet very heavy, so it's better if we just voice over the entire thing, and it makes things very clear also. Bola. Huh? Kune? Takwa heri ahi bole. Gorshuk. Gorshukor he point ami heifale jam na rani phale. Takale ahi bodi. He Sanmari gusi gol. Moi Sanmarir pora bike uthoa kotha asil no. So the first thing we noticed immediately is the kind of traffic there was on the road. I mean, considering that inter-district and interstate was closed off, the number of trucks that were seen is actually a lot, and it was really very unsafe to ride fast. Hence we decided to go pretty slow compared to what normal speeds would be. And anyway, we were riding in a group, so it would be easier and safer to take things very slow because we have a certain amount of new riders as well. So we took a U-turn and we proceeded towards our destination, which was Chandubi first, and then we would decide where to go. ইয়াত নাই problem. यार hazard lights নাই নেকি? গৰমটো কম হ'ব কাৰণে গৰমটো কম হ'ব কাৰণে hazard light double light adventure bike hazard light থাকিব লাগে. So that's the bad thing about Indian roads. I mean, there's no proper traffic sense. Look at this guy, how he came in. He was an elderly guy, so I didn't say anything. Otherwise, I would have bashed him up nicely, like said 2-3 really rude words to him. But because of his age, I didn't say anything. But look at this guy again, the way he's crossing the street. I mean, come on, guys. Had I been going faster, there would definitely have been some collision. And that's why we decided to go slow, actually. And this guy again. So after this brief stop for regrouping here near Gorchok, we are proceeding towards Deeperville. There seems to be some kind of commotion over, I don't know exactly. So as this is an adventure bike, we're gonna make full use of it. And today, though we're not doing a proper off-road, but we're taking it through some nasty roads where I wouldn't normally take my street bike or my super sport. But we need to test it out thoroughly before we can take it to a long trip, say to Tawang or somewhere else. So we just wanted to put it to the test and see how it fared. So most of my clips, I won't be giving you any footage of good roads, only places where it's broken or there's mud or something where there's chances of losing traction or falling down. One particular thing that we realized right off the bat is that this bike is really meant for doing bad roads, for traveling on bad roads. And that doesn't only include traveling on gravel or off-road, but even on normal potholes or something. So it's very India friendly, you can say, because our roads are all filled up with potholes and mud and all that sort of stuff, like even stuff like gravel, even on good roads, and water everywhere. So basically I tried it out, and as you can see, it's not that I didn't accelerate. Also in bad portions, especially in muddy portions, I accelerated the bike quite a bit, but still it managed to keep traction. It might be because of the tires, but especially I think it's because of the traction control system that's introduced to it, which is very nice, and the new suspension setting, the new suspension system that's introduced, which has led to all this good experience. Now coming to the handling part, the bike handled quite nimbly and quite smooth, and it was actually very easy to change direction. It was as if I was riding a Duke 390 with a better suspension system, with a taller suspension system, so to say. The ground clearance is pretty good, but still I am habituated to braking a lot in bad roads and almost taking the bike to a stop before crossing. So I was doing that only. But even if I wouldn't have made any difference, because the bike is actually made to do what it's bred for. Just look at the scenery, and this is just outside Guwahati. It's not anywhere in the hills or anywhere outside on a country road or something. It's exactly outside Guwahati, right outside Guwahati. It's hardly 15 kilometers from the city, and it also falls under Kamrup Metro district. So we didn't have to make a pass because we were not traveling out of our district. Even on decent amount of potholes which are not too deep, the bike used to cruise and there's not even a feeling that there's a pothole. And just look at the way it handles. It's so nimble, it's so easy to change sides on the bike. It's almost like a Duke 390, like I said, and that gave us the good feeling. Though we didn't take it to proper corners, but it seemed to handle curves pretty well. Now once we do a proper review video of it, like not a proper one, a hill one, where we really up the pace a little bit and take it and throw it into the curbs and turns, there we would exactly know how it handles those. Because being a KTM and being in its DNA, it should really be well handling around the curves, or at least I think that will. I actually planned on coming to this ditch a little hotter, but then I was with Pillion, so I didn't want to splash muddy water all over her, and that's why I decided it's best if I go a little slower. So we almost reached Rani, and the weather was very beautiful until it started raining. And once it did, we had absolutely no chance but to turn back. So we initially thought we'd just push through because the rain was very light, but slowly it started getting intense and we had to turn back. This is the point where it got so heavy that we either had to wait or to turn back, because going ahead we would just get wet and we didn't have any spare clothes, and I was just wearing a track pant, not even a proper riding pant. So if that got wet, I'd be in trouble. So we thought it'd be best if we return from this point. See, that's what I'm talking about. Indian roads, cows, bikes, cars, people crossing everywhere. That's why we got to be careful. This particular problem is a little bit less in Meghalaya compared to Assam, but elsewhere in India is almost the same like Assam, and especially on country roads. I mean, you have to expect everything. Once we returned from there, we decided we should go towards Sonapur side, explore the hills a little bit. Our Assam hills, not Meghalaya side, obviously. So we tried going that side also, and initially the bike handled pretty well. You'll see, I'll just throw it into the bad area of a curb, and it handled there also quite easily. It was just like cutting butter with a hot knife, that smooth. But nevertheless, if you go properly look at the video, the Apache is also not doing bad. It's keeping up with both the KTMs. It's been so long I've come on this road. I've traveled through this road. I mean, it brings back a lot of memories, lot of memories. We started riding back in 2014, and since then I started it alone first, and then other guys joined in. We formed a group, things expanded. But to this date, this will always be my favorite road. Even in the future, this will be my favorite road. And any of my friends who have visited Guwahati, including Simran, they all say the same thing. This road is all their favorite, and I'm pretty sure they'll be coming back again to ride here. Now I'll try to take these two curves pretty fast just to see how it handles. And as you can see, it handled it very well. Expected from a KTM, of course. So it started raining even this side, and we had to abandon all our plans about Sonapur and had to return ASAP. Now let's talk about the negatives, because any bike comes with positives as well as negative. So let's just talk about the negative points of this particular bike. If you look at it, the first point I would say is the kickstand. I mean, the kickstand is so bloody tall. If you try to park the bike and the road is flat, straight, it's really hard to keep the bike slanted to one side, because the stand is pretty damn tall. So that's one negative I would find on this bike. Second is the seat, the rider and the pillion as well. Now my pillion was tortured beyond expectation, and she was literally begging me to put her down somewhere, and but nevertheless we had to complete the ride, so I didn't. And secondly, even for me, I mean, I got saddle sore. My butt almost, I thought I'd get a sore butt. It was that bad. So for an adventure bike, I think KTM should put a little more foam on the seat. I mean, that's the least to ask for, and quite easy to rectify. It's actually I think it should come as a recall, because this bike 390, this doesn't only go for a moto adventure, it's made for even for touring. And for a tourer, having this hard seat would mean that he would be able to travel very less, and it's not always viable for everyone to go on and buy a gel seat or an air cushion seat. So it's best that KTM rectifies this, and otherwise there's no such negative. And if I go to rate the bike, I would rate it out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 4 stars. 1 star because of all that stuff, the seat and the kickstand mainly. Torque figure wasn't that much of an issue because I tried it. Now people who say might be expecting it'll perform like a Duke 390, which obviously it won't, because it's a bigger bike, a heavier bike with the Euro 6 emission norm. See, as you can see, now I've reached home and I'm just blasting through this gravel, muddy road, no problem whatsoever. Look, the traction control light is going on. That means the traction control is kicking in. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and please share my videos, guys. I mean, I get views, okay, decent, but there's a lot of hard work we have to put for each and every one of these videos, a lot of editing, shooting, everything. So a little support would be appreciated. Thanks a lot, guys.